Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. As today we officially set our sights on Janus. I have, of course, played through this location before, but that was back in Alpha, I think. So I'm sure there's at least a few things that have changed since then. One thing's for certain, though. We have a planet in peril, plagued by pestilent ne'er-do-wells. Let's hop on over and tell those miscreants to get off our Telecos Epsilon.
I wish to inform you that the sacred rituals addressed to the spirit of the ship have been performed. The techno-liturgy and the rite of the machine blessing ended with a data meditation in order to comprehend the nature of the miracle sent down by the Omnissiah. Acquisition of sacred knowledge has not been recorded. How the spirit of the void ship was able to call upon the power of the machine god and activate the warp drive remains an unknown. Yet, during my meditative ritual, the Omnissiah gave me an equally valuable revelation. The sacred spirit that lives in the bowels of the ship's mechanisms differs from other analogous forms. This spirit holds a unique power that cannot be called anything less than a blessing of the machine god.
What exactly were you trying to find out?
When the ship's warp engine was filled with the motive force despite the massive computational errors, a true technological miracle was achieved. No doubt it was the grace of the Omnissiah, but no such occurrences have been described in the catalog before. Hoping to gain sacred knowledge of the nature of what happened, I embarked on blessed research and prayer.
So what do you think it all means?
Hypothesis. In extremis, the ship's spirit is capable of making unpredictable calculations and actions. It is impossible to predict how it will behave in any given situation. But I believe the spirit is currently showing obedience. At least for now. I recommend that we continue monitoring the ship and be prepared for new manifestations.
Understood. Thanks, Pask. Keep me updated.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Yeah, it's just left to us mere mortals to puzzle it out the hard way. And here we are. Oh, so many places to explore. But for now, eyes on the prize. Lord Kenton, according to the telemetry, the parameters of this system match those of Telecos Epsilon, home to the agri-world Janus, that belongs to the Von Valancius dynasty. We have received a Vox message from the planet. The agri-world's governor officially welcomes the rogue trader, and reports that she has begun preparations for a formal reception to celebrate the arrival of the planet's sovereign. Your subjects are looking forward to your visit. Oh, well, that sounds delightful. And here I was, thinking the place was in peril. Clearly, I was mistaken. Everything's fine and will be forever. We'll just scan the other planets real quick. Free cargo, and we finished off our first batch of planet scans. Not too shabby. Though I do hope these other two scans count towards our next batch. I guess that'll be a learning experience. We'll find out once we head back to Footfall. Plasteel deposit. Lady Theodora loved frozen worlds. I never did discover the reason why, but the Lord Captain never missed a chance to visit such a planet, even on the slightest pretext. Interesting. And yeah, we'll skip this deposit for now. 3 plasteel's not a big deal. We'll come back for it later when we have more mobile extractiums to play with. But now for the main event. Let's hit Janus. Ah, I see. Okay, so it repeats whatever the last thing one of our bridge crew said. Noted. And there's our landing point. Let's get in there. Oh, scratch that. Apparently scanning those planets was enough to bump us up another level. So let's not get in there. Let us, in fact, hit the pause button whilst I review our leveling options. Un momento, por favor. And double scratch that. We do not have to go over our options because it turns out we don't have any. This is, in fact, the level where we get our advanced archetype ultimates. So, no real options, just new abilities. Which, for Valen, is basically just an extra powerful kill shot. And then for Abby is Unyielding Guard, which really leans into the whole counterattack meta. And then for all three of our grand strats, we get Take and Hold, which is a fairly elaborate setup move that I'm honestly not much of a fan of. Hi, Layla, please don't punch my microphone. But yeah, my general thoughts on Take and Hold are that it just comes too late in most fights to really make much of a difference. But who knows, maybe we will actually find some opportunities now that we've maxed out the difficulty. That said, I'm not really bent out of shape about it. We took Grand Strat for the basic bonuses. Most of our level ups will be going towards their own things. And then we've got Argenta, who actually gets a pretty solid ultimate. Steady Superiority, which just straight up gives her an extra attack per round for the rest of combat. Simple and incredibly useful. Though, of course, she's getting that right before we cast her to the Shadow Realm, since we're right on the cusp of picking up our actual 6th. Well, technically our 5th, but we'll worry about that way later down the line. Anyway, let's get in there. You're really at. A lavishly dressed noblewoman in an opulent silk gown watches you with an expectant air, but then gracefully bows her head. Gem-encrusted implants protrude from her arms and neck. I welcome you on behalf of the noble house Vyat Ab Aram. My name is Vistenza Janus Vyat Ab Aram af Coronis. By the grace of the Emperor and the will of rogue traitor Theodora von Valancius, I serve as planetary governor and imperial commander-in-chief of this world. Vistenza Vyat raises her head slightly. She turns to Abelard. And greetings to you, noble Wersurian. It has been years since your last visit to Janus. I am glad to see you again. It is a good sign when a rogue traitor seneschal does not visit a subject planet for a long time. Isn't that correct, Lady Vyat? It means the governor is taking care of all matters, and there is no need for the seneschal to interfere. Vistenza lets out a musical laugh. I hear praise in those words, and I thank you for them. She turns once again to you. In truth, your arrival in the place of the esteemed Lady von Valancius is quite unexpected. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting to be here either. But, couldn't be helped. I hope that's not a problem. Not in the least, your lordship. On the contrary, I am delighted after all these years to once again welcome to my world
For Janus!
Janus.
Your arrogance will be your downfall. Give me strength.
And thus continues the trend of untimely assassination attempts in the midst of our first meeting with nobles. I'd be annoyed, but you know, always happy to kill something. That aside, Grand Strat does give us a pretty distinct advantage in these ambush scenarios. We've got ample opportunity for damage control before they can actually lay into us. Also, side note, apparently I've been pronouncing Janus wrong. That is not how I would have figured that would be pronounced. But, noted. Alright.
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
First things first, let's get Abby on these
Me?
guys.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
We'll brace for impact, reduce potential collateral. Engage. Yeah, that should work. And yes, perfect. I mean, hopefully we'll kill them all before they actually get to go, but these guys have massively bloated health pools on Unfair. So better safe than sorry. Okay, so very limited cover to play with. Yeah, we'll have to fall back onto the stairs, I think. But let's set zones. Damage zone on the stairs. Dodge zone just in front. And front line on this group. Yeah, we're going to go lightning. Should be able to tag all three with no friendly. Self-buff.
But of course. Anything else?
And light them up. Nice. But, oof, yeah, these guys are beefy. Nothing to worry about, though. Cass up next. Okay, let's do some crowd control. Give him the old one, too.
I am a navigator, not a servant.
Emperor, protect me.
Not quite what I was going for, but that's fine. I can work with this. Yeah, that's good. Nice tags. Now peel this guy off.
This way.
Yes. I do note that Pask used an AoE there, though. That is potentially problematic. We'll have to be careful with that in the future. Let's get Pastek going. And hopefully finish one or two of these guys off. We do have Argenta up next, though. She can mop as needed. Let's actually lead with our attack. Nice, nice, perfect. Okay, now we can do pass tack. If we had actually missed, I might have changed my plan. And Argenta. Let's try to finish off the 2 badly wounded ones. The last one's hopefully stuck to Abby. Nah, let's go for a guaranteed kill. Kick it. Nice. Now we can kill this guy. And we'll end in the dodge zone.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
No!
Yeah, it felt a little too easy. Welcome to the party, pals.
Damn it.
And that's what you get for trying to go out of turn. Oof, but we do now have a bunch of them lined up right behind Argenta in the queue. So let's actually adjust our plan. Let's neutralize a sharpshooter. Perfect. Sharpshooter's prone. He'll miss his next turn. Oh, though we've got a lot of other specialists queued up here. Just have to hope for the best.
Scared yet? Show me what you've got.
I'll do what it takes.
I've suffered worse.
I'm here, maggot.
Out of my way!
Moving out. Time to slaughter someone.
Ah, you jerk. Alright, Pask is stunned. We've got poison on the field. Let's go for the other sharpshooter. Is what I'd say if we had line of sight. Wow, he is really buried back there. All right, let's go for the diversionist. And then we'll use our secondary shot on the guy right next to us. Ooh, already in the right facing. Okay. We'll just plop it on this guy then.
I'll make it happen. It's as good as done. Who, if not me?
Ah. Yeah, I should have just gone for the Grenadier, but that's fine. And Abby, let's get you in there. Keep these guys distracted.
It will be done.
Let's get to it.
Nice. Abby's got their attention. Let's clear our backs. Preferably without leaving Adira open to a sniper shot. We'll stay over here, hug the dodge zone. Oop.
Deliver us!
Sorry. But honestly, could have been way worse.
Be gone!
Nice tag. Modest spillover. And damage zone.
On it.
Cassie! You know what? Let's get bold. We're doing okay here. I think we can go for another combo.
If I may.
Lovely. And one more for good measure.
Me.
Let's make it quick.
Captain.
Well done.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Passing gas on the left. Not sure we have enough movement to go wide.
As the tactical imperative dictates.
Hey, look at that. We do. Kill zoned. And nerf damage. Though that one is prone, so he might be dead before it matters. Argenta on the move. Sharpshooter's back up, so let's get in his face. Ah, fair enough. Go for another knockdown. Nope. Should still slow him down, though.
How'd you like
Oh, okay. really hoped base to base would stop that, but noted.
Scared yet?
Balance up, and we have momentum. Let's double shot the sharpshooter on the left. Hate to leave cover, but I think we're good.
I'll make it happen. On it.
Less damage than I was hoping, but let's keep laying it on. We'll triple shot if needed. Weird they chose a percentile on a guaranteed hit.
You should have thought twice before crossing me.
I think he got the message, but let's hammer it in.
At your beck and call.
Oh, this'll leave a scar.
Adira. Let's keep whittling sharpshooter 2. And Cassie. Let's peel him off.
I'm here, maggot.
One out. Let's do some damage control.
Administration is a holy task.
Sharpshooter out.
My vow is to desire condemns you. Request denied. Running binaric override.
Kill zone set. And Argenta.
Guided by faith.
Target prone. Go for the kill.
This is unacceptable.
Oh, right. right, I guess you lost some AP somewhere in there. Hey, nicely done. Man, don't waste those grenades.
Taking calculated risk is in my second nature. It's as good as done. I'll make it happen. Who if not me?
My place is at the fore. Indeed.
Oh, for goodness sake, come on, man. Right, here we go. This should do the trick.
Anything else? Will do.
Oh, right, I can just do this.
None will stand against me.
Your lordship, Emperor preserve us, are you all right?
Do not fret, layperson. We have grown used to outrageous slovenliness among the wardens of every world we visit.
Pascal's Vox, quiet at first, is booming with fury by the end of his remark. Pale grayness is strangling this peasant like a noose. His words are laden with fear for our well-being, and yet he fears for his own even more. No worries, I'm fine. Can't say the same for these guys, though. Praise the throne. If you would please follow me, I will personally escort you to the governor, where you'll have the protection of walls and wardens. Yeah, why don't we put a pin in that? I'd like to have a look around first, see what this was all about. I believe I also have first dibs on salvage rights. Alright. The fighting is over. Let the looting commence. Plus clue gathering, etc., etc. Ooh, nice. And we still had one poison gas grenade left over. Actually, I'm not entirely sure if their drops correlate to items used in combat regardless. Someone else will have to check me on that. And yeah, we'll just hold on to all this stuff for the moment until I have a chance to go over it. Ooh, stun grenade, nice.
Keep your wits about you.
No lore objects. Slightly unexpected. Cargo, frag grenades, I'll take those.
Let us not dawdle.
We'll just call that restitution for ammo expenditure.
What do we have here?
Sealed containers marked with the familiar insignia of the Munitorum and additional seals of a forge world unknown to you. The crates contain high-grade weapons, likely made to order. Ooh, hotshot lasgun. Sadly, completely useless to our current crew. But we'll hold on to it. You know, we do have that Adeptus Arbitus companion right around the corner. I think he's the first one coming out. It's either him or the Blood Cult Assassin. The most effective representatives of the local flora are assembled in the flower bed. Unfamiliar fruits are ripening on the carefully pruned plants.
I always keep my options open.
Alright, I think we're good. I'll worry about sorting this stuff out later. Okay, take me to your leader. Or not. I guess I'll find my own way there.
I did it.
The fountain is an expensive toy for the nobility. Pure water is currently bubbling from it, but additional pipes on it indicate the presence of separate siphons for sparkling wine and other beverages. Look, we can get down to the water this way. Could we perhaps take a brief detour for a closer look? Absolutely.
Would you look at that?
Oh yeah, bag in the bushes. We'll come back for that.
I always have a backup plan.
Forgive me for so boldly stealing you away from the others. It's just... I simply wish to spend just a brief moment admiring the breathtaking nature of this place. Reflected in Cassia's eyes, the bright blue sky looks as though it is engulfed in a blazing sunset. Within the station's walls, I could never hope to see anything like this. A sky or a sea or green leaves. I only knew them from meager memories of my childhood. Or perhaps my mind simply made those up. Even my books, my heart and mind's blissful escape, could do little to help me. When a scribe grows so used to what surrounds them each and every day, they begin to take it for granted, and they never think to write just a few lines about it. But for me, to marvel at the grand canopy of the sky again is a true blessing. Yeah, I guess so. Cassia relishes every breath of fresh air, her eyes half closed, listening to the sounds of birds hidden from view by the treetops. When the tips of your fingers touch lightly, Cassia starts, but does not remove her hand. Several minutes pass in timid silence, like mere moments, and eventually she pulls away. This place eases the soul, wouldn't you agree? I do. And perhaps you can take a piece of it with you as a reminder. This is my planet, after all. I certainly don't mind sharing it with you. Cassia gingerly accepts the flower from your hands. Its petals are like velvet. In the fragrance, it is both sweet and spicy. A fascinating specimen of the local plant life, and I do not remember seeing it in the great concordance of flora and verdure within the Coronis expanse recorded by Majos biologists Chloricia Cassia stops herself sheepishly. Although I suppose I simply ought to thank you for it. This flower, is very beautiful indeed. Would you like to get a little closer? A shame to come all the way out to the beach and not even get your feet wet. Don't worry, I'll keep you safe. Step into the sea? Me? Cassia glances uncertainly at the playful foam licking the sandy shore. It's all right. You can trust me. Here, I'll show you. We'll just get our feet wet. Nothing more. Intrigued, Cassia cocks her head to one side. Mischievous dashes of yellow and lilac are fluttering in the wind like bands all around you. I have never seen you exude such colors before. How unexpected. Cassia gives a quick nod and warily stretches out her long, narrow hand. It is cold to the touch. The sea, it's so wet and cold, and the tiny pebbles tickle my feet. Cassia's reserved seriousness gives way to genuine wonder. I never thought it would be so agreeable, and a little startling. Thank you for encouraging me. Cassia catches herself, her expression changing in a flash. She gently frees her hand and awkwardly looks away. You're right. We should really get moving. Vistenza's waiting on us. Already? Yes, of course. Cassia gives the azure expanse of the sea a parting glance, and whispers quietly. I think I know what my next painting will be. Oh, she is adorkable. Even if she does occasionally say truly appalling things. But, you know, that's learned behavior versus what seems to be a genuinely gentle and inquisitive nature. And she has shown a propensity for change. Also, I noticed there's a skill check over there. But, you know, I'm going to hold off on that for now. I don't want to spoil the mood. If it's something horrible. No, we'll save that for next time. That's it. This does feel like a good place to call it. We touched down on Janus, we met Vistenza, we had a pretty decent fight, and even had a touching moment with Cassia. That's it. We'll hit the pause button for now. I'll take care of the usual off-screen bookkeeping, and we'll pick up here next time. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Revenant, Alois, CrowkingLoR, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, V23, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.
For Janus!